Have you ever had one of those times where, for no apparent reason, you just stopped pulling your hair, maybe for months at a time, and it was no struggle, no problem at all, you just stopped pulling, and that was all there was to it. But then, again, for no apparent reason, here it came again, and then once again, you're back in the problem, as bad as it was before, maybe worse. And you have no idea why your hair pulling stopped when it did, and of course, you have no idea why it came back, right? What's going on here? What's up with this? That's what we're going to talk about next. I can't tell you how many times we've spoken with clients, or sometimes prospective clients, people who might have been pulling their hair for years, and while they're sharing with us their story, they tell us there was actually, one or two periods in their lives where they just sort of found themselves pull-free for a while, and they had no idea how or why. Somehow they just stopped pulling, and it wasn't even hard. Just to be clear, it wasn't because they were trying to stop that made them stop. They just stopped. And you know what else? Often they didn't even notice that they had stopped until after the fact. Yeah. The problem, though, is that they're back to pulling now. And of course, that's why they're calling us. And why are they calling us? Well, even though they know they did indeed stop at some point, sometimes for a long period of time in the past, they have no idea how they did that, and thus they have no idea how to get it back. But here's the good news. It is them that made the change when they did, right? It wasn't anybody else, it was them. And that, I hope, is the really exciting message of this video. And that is, especially if you're one of these people who've stopped and started again, maybe multiple times over the years, you're the one that's stopping. That means at least some part of you knows how to do that. And if that's true, that also means you do indeed have the ability to stop pulling. It's within you right now. After all, how on earth could you have stopped pulling for all that time, seemingly effortlessly, if some part of you didn't actually already know how to do that? It's so important for you to realize this because so many people who suffer with chronic hair pulling understandably see themselves as hapless victims of a condition that makes them pull their hair out against their will. Worse, many or even most of the people who suffer with trichotillomania believe a lot of the unfortunately often inaccurate information they hear about or read about, particularly online, which far too often are predictions of doom and gloom. Once you're a victim, you'll always be a victim, that kind of thing. But how does it feel to consider the possibility that you do, in fact, have the ability to exercise easy, even effortless freedom from pulling? Now, one thing, if you're someone who has not stopped pulling for some period of time, so you really haven't had these sorts of ups and downs that many others have, first of all, I want you to know that that doesn't necessarily mean there's something wrong with you, or that your case is more difficult or more complicated or worse than anyone else's. It just means that you as an individual hadn't had those ups and downs. Yet my wife and coaching partner Glay and I have been doing this work long enough to assure you that even you do indeed have the ability within you right now to stop pulling and to keep it stopped easily. Now, just like these other folks who have stopped pulling for some perhaps extended period of time, you probably have no idea how to access that part of you that enables you to stop pulling and to keep it stopped. Well, that's why we're here. It's one thing to realize, perhaps even just intellectually at this point, that you do in fact have times and places where absolutely no pulling happens. That's true, isn't it? Let's say you're one of those people who never have had an extended period of time where you'd stopped pulling. But still, you don't pull 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 52 weeks a year, do you? Of course not. Chances are you're like the vast majority of our clients who pull at relatively predictable times and places. And 99% of the pulling you do happens in those specific situations and contexts. But chances are it's just as true that there are times and places where no pulling will happen. And not only does no pulling happen there, it's not even a struggle to keep it from happening, right? You know what I'm talking about. Now, how the heck do you do that? You have no idea, right? Well, we do, okay? And the truth is, you've been turning on a part of you that knows how to be trick-free easily. And once again, that means you have the ability within you right now to be pull-free easily. That also means, think about this for a second, If you ever have the ability to be pull-free, you always have that ability. It's like walking or riding a bicycle. You know, our abilities don't come and go depending on where we are, who's around, or what time of day or night it might be. If you're a trich sufferer and you're watching this video right now, I assure you, you do have the ability, even as you sit there right now, to be and to stay pull-free. Isn't that good news? So now, feel free to contact us so we can show you how you've been doing this. Let us teach you your own mental recipe that chances are you've been using for years, totally unconsciously, to create easy, virtually effortless freedom from pulling when you have. Let us show you how to make that something you're able to bring to bear at will because you now consciously know how you've been doing that. You can reach us at any time of day or night at our toll-free voicemail messaging service at 833-TRICH-FREE. You can also visit us at our website at www.trich-free.com, or you can write to us for more information at relief@trich-free.com. If you're watching this video at our Facebook page, scroll down and hit the reply button below. Let us know your thoughts. Ask your questions, share with us your experiences. How has this video impacted you? Let's get a dialogue going. Also, please feel free to like and share this video with anyone you believe could benefit from it. If you're watching this video at our YouTube channel, please like and subscribe. That way we can keep you updated when we release new videos. If you have questions about trichotillomania but you just don't know where to get good answers, please feel free to visit our website at www.trich-free.com/qa.html. You can fill out a form we have there. We'd love to hear from you, and we'll do our best to answer as many questions as we can in upcoming videos. That's it for now. I'm Robert Mantell with the Trichotillomania Relief Specialists in Southern California. Thanks again for watching, and here's wishing you an amazing trich-free week.